We are live. It is 3:07 Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:07 GMT, BST, all the time zones in the UK. It's BST, sorry. It's Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live this 8th day of September, 2024. How the hell are you, sir? I know we were talking before the show about your t-shirt.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. I know it's all Arsenal kits, but you said that this is all about football or whatever, or all of. So what's what's the deal with the shirt? And then where'd you get that? Because that's kind of slick. I kind of like that.
So my missus bought me this. It's one of my favorite t-shirts, and I've got a hoodie that's in the same design actually. It's all different kits from Arsenal.
Right. Yeah, so I guess is this how far back does it go? Do you recognize all those kits?
I recognize all these. Yeah, there's all from my sort of era, which is good. They're all fairly new. Like the oldest one on there is like JVC kit.
Yeah, I remember the JVC one. I know obviously the O2 recognize 90s. That one.
Yeah,
but I wonder they go back to like the 70s and 80s kind of kits.
Not on here, no. But there's a cool website I like called History of Kits. That I highly recommend people check out if they want to see their club's history.
I'm assuming it's .co.uk. I'm assuming.
Let me look that up. That's a good question, Sam. I didn't come prepared.
You didn't get the notification. That's okay, Jimmy. You're already here. You were already here early, so you don't need the notifications, as it were. And Luis is in the chat. Good seeing you, sir. There he is right there. Hello. How you doing,
We need to get him on, actually, at some point.
We need to get Luis on. Absolutely. I know he's probably a busy chap, so that's okay. Yeah. Dan.
Hey.
The Bunch of Phonies has started back up again. I missed the chat. I saw that you guys had a show. That's pretty cool. So I'm glad. Are they kind of back in the swing of things? That's good because that's a fantastic group of folks, man. I love.
Oh yeah.
I wish I would have been able to jump on. I wasn't in the position. I didn't know it was coming on, but man, Dan and that group of folks, they do a really good job. So I'm glad to see that's kind of getting back up to speed because I really did like the premise and I like the name. And it's a good chat. You guys they do a really good job. And I think you were on the last one, weren't you, for the entire show?
I popped on with them.
It was a pretty good show.
Great guys.
Absolutely. And Jermaine is at the chat. There you go, sir. And I know he's obviously doing his thing. He's always working and hustling over there. And Jermaine does a great job. So
yeah, he covers phones that some of us don't in more depth. Yeah. So I really like Jermaine's channel.
Absolutely.
But from a photography point of view.
They're going to be off the air for a couple of weeks. We'll be back. Okay, so yeah, they just had a little placeholder show. Going to have a little bit of a break, and then they're gonna jump in full fledged. Like I said, I really like their discussions. I really enjoy. I think I was on it. I think once or twice. And it was a really great chat. I like being on the show. So hats off to them. So and Simon is in the chat. Well, hello, Simon.
He would like this shirt.
He would like that shirt. I've decided to go with the WoW shirt. My daughter bought this for me.
It's a nice shirt.
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know where she got it, so I'm a WoW dad, just like a normal dad. But yeah, so I've been actually playing. Awesome. Yeah, I've been playing World of Warcraft since I guess was it 2004. A long time. And here's the thing. So that's 20 years. However, I'm not like my daughter used to watch me play, and then she kind of would walk around. And then one time she sold all my gear one day. I had some pretty not great stuff, but decent stuff. She sold it all because I guess she didn't know what to do. She's just running around Goldshire. And then she learned how to play, and then she plays a lot too. So,
I sold all your stuff.
Yeah, she sold my. I came one day and like all the gear was gone. I'm like, what happened to all the gear? She goes, "Oh,
who stole my gear?"
No, she sold it. She said, "Yeah, I sold it for money." I was like, "Oh, okay, that sucks."
That's so great. I've got loads of money and no gear.
But yeah, I was in the X Space, but I was having some weird thing. Like on the one, I was on my. I can't remember if it was on my Fold or on the Pixel. One of the phones, like I was having all sorts of problems getting into the chat. Like I could not get into the space. It was really weird. And Lenny, the boss, is in the chat. I saw he had posted earlier a picture of the Stogue. Impressive length and girth, sir. That was awesome. And I have always wowed him.
You make the shirt, Sam.
I made the shirt. Yeah, so I don't know where Anna got this, and I noticed that it is it's Horde specific. I guess they had a Alliance specific one. I played both sides. I don't really care, but I thought it was kind of cool. I just actually threw it on because it's laundry day, so that was just the shirt that was on the top.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt, man. It shows you appreciate Appreciate
Absolutely. I said I'm a huge WoW player. Actually, they know they come out with a new expansion, The War Within. I've been playing that pretty good. See, yeah, I like it. I'm a big fan.
I didn't know that's what WoW was.
World of Warcraft? Oh, yeah.
I just what it said. Wow, Dad.
No, it's World of Warcraft dad. I'm a World of Warcraft dad. And it's because she watched me play for all those years when she was a little girl, because I started playing when she was about 3. And then she's about 6 or so. She was going to sit next to me and watch me play the game. I'm actually, at that time, I had an Alienware laptop, and I would play it. And then I would let her, at like 7, she would kind of walk around. I wouldn't let her do it. I created a character for her, and it just was a human character. And she would just walk around. She didn't know what was going on. She's only like 7 years old. And then she really started to kind of get into the game. And really, actually, in the last, it's one of her favorite games. Also, Fortnite. We played on Saturday.
I never played that.
Sucks so bad. It's so terrible. And she's trying to explain all this stuff to me. And there's a version of Fortnite where it's called Zero Build. So they're not built, because I played Fortnite before and I'd be chasing somebody, like I had to drop on a guy, so I'm chasing him around, and then he would like build like walls and buildings and run up shit. I was like, dude, what the hell's going on? Like I had no idea what's going on. And then so they have one where you can't build structures, right? It's just kind of a PUBG free for all, but then they have all these different kind of modes, and they got like Captain America shield and Panther claws and Doom, and then I saw Peter Griffin. I'm like, dude, there's just so much going on. Dude, I have no idea. So we played some ranked. Yeah. So we played some ranked matches. We played on Saturday for a little bit. So because she has her Xbox. No, she has my old Xbox Series X. I gave it to her because I had an old Xbox and the drive bailed on her. And then, so I had my PS5. So we played cross and we just played duos. It was pretty fun. It's a lot of fun playing with Anna. We just get on the phone because I don't like the whole Discord. It's a pain in the ass. So she just calls me on the phone and we just sit there on the phone and talk. So it's a good time. We played for a few hours. She's really good. She's got this level 70 and she knows all this stuff. And she's actually pretty decent. I don't think she's like really, really great at it, but she's pretty good. And we played for a couple hours. It was kind of fun. And then I just realized I'm not very good at Fortnite, like at all.
I was about to say, where do you rank? Like,
and I'm shit. And then on top of that too, I'm not good at any of those shooters. And as Tyler can attest, because we played some matches with him on Call of Duty with TK every once in a while, and I'm just like bait. I just run out there and just get shot at. Like I don't know.
But mate, you played your role. It's good,
right? I'm not very good at first person shooters. I've never have been. It's just I don't. It's not a big deal. So anyway,
can't pretend I am any good either, to be honest.
Absolutely, and Zero Build is good. It's a lot of fun. I just like the fact that there's not all that building shit going on, because honestly, I can't switch weapons and I don't know all the moves, and I don't play Fortnite at all.
It's multitasking, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun, but we had a good time, and it's good. And Scoop's in the chat, gentleman. He uses that term loosely, by the way. No, Scoop's a good dude. He's obviously doing good work over there. And every team needs a human shield. And I was that dude. I would run out there and let all the fire get drawn to me, so it'd give up their position, and then they would do all the stuff they do. Manos is in the chat. Mr. Photography Extraordinaire, always with the good photography. He's doing a really good job. So we follow his channel. Yep. Does a really good job. So I guess we've talked about WoW and Fortnite and your AOF shirt, which all the kid on it. So I guess we should probably talk about phones and stuff. I mean, we are.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Yeah.
So I guess the embargo came off of the Pixel 9 Fold Pro, and I
know you've got some thoughts. Let's hear your thoughts first, because you're the foldable man. I
like the upgrades. I don't like the change of form factor. I really dig the old form factor. I like the book style, but it's not uncommon, right? I do like the other one because it seems like when you fold it, and again, I've not seen this device in person. I am not buying a Pixel Fold 9 Pro or Pro Fold 9 Pro or whatever it is they call it. I still hate that name. I can't stand it.
It's terrible.
Anyway, so, and obviously AT&T, it's not available, so I'm obviously not going to spend an upgrade. I just don't want to. I just at this point, I'm good with my foldable. I'm still pretty good with the with the Fold 5. I still like it. I would like to try the Pixel because I like the Pixel software on a foldable. I would really enjoy that.
The thing is, Sam, you say you liked the old form factor of the Pixel Fold, but you also like that Fold 5.
I don't.
Is that not just a happy medium.
I don't dislike it. I do not like typing messages on the screen.
Okay,
It is really hard to do. I will mistype like crazy. And I don't have big hands. So you would think for a person like me, this would really kind of, right?
Yeah.
I just, no. And I no. And I want it. Obviously, the older one is this more. I thought for me, again, this is just me. I really think that for me, this is the form factor that I liked this better. And so I noticed they changed that a little bit. And the funny thing is, it's not even so. It's pretty drastic from what the original Fold.
Yeah.
It's a lot of change. And I would think that a company like Google would probably try to keep it, I think they're maybe following. Maybe they're looking at the OnePlus Open. They're looking at the Vivo kind of style. And they're kind of going with that. But I noticed that Samsung's not, and I don't know if that's just two different methodologies on year-to-year upgrades. But that's not an iterative upgrade. To me, the Fold, the original Fold that you had, and this one are totally different devices.
Like, I think that's partly for the name. That's why they did name change as well. Like, because it's not the Fold 2, is it really? It's a totally different beast.
Well, I understand they want to kind of align it with the 9 series, which is fine.
That as well, yeah.
The name is clunky.
It is clunky.
And it's just, and I guess
that's the trend, though, right? Clunky names.
Right. And I guess what they did was because the Fold was offset from the Pixel series, right? Because remember, the Pixels had the G3, but the Fold came out with the G2. So they want to highlight the alignment in the hardware, right? They want to say, okay, the Pixel 9 series, all three have the G4. The Fold has the G4. Totally cool. And I think that's fine. I don't know how I feel. Again, without using it, like I said, if Google wants to send me a Fold for review, I'll review the damn thing. But I don't.
You're hearing that, Google? Sam's willing to review it.
I'm willing to actually review your foldables. And like I said, and then I saw Manos said he did see it and he really liked it. But But I guess my question to people like you and Manos could you daily drive a foldable at this point? I mean, again,
I can, and I'm going to attempt to. We'll get into that a bit later, but I've hopefully got the Magic V3 coming tomorrow, if not Tuesday. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I think I could, especially because I want it to function well as a normal phone when it's closed. But I like the idea of having a bigger canvas as well.
Right.
But the original Pixel Fold was just too heavy for me and too bulky.
Yeah, I think I had a problem with I think it was almost 300 grams, like 290-ish.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, I really cannot stand the charging speeds. I think that they say for the original Pixel Fold was like 1 hour and 40 minutes or 130 to full. That is unacceptable for a phone in 2024. It doesn't have to be now. To be fair, it doesn't have to be like, super VOOC. You can charge your thing from dead to full in like 13 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be that either. But and now they have
45 watts should be the standard, right?
I think 45 watts is a good space, right? You get a little bit faster charging, but you don't get the super. Because I still haven't really felt that the super VOOC is good for a long term.
I'm still not sure about
battery health. And here's the thing. And I get 7 years of support, but on a foldable, I think that just doesn't make sense.
One thing I will say though, Sam, is the phones I've had Super VOOC on, they don't get hot or anything, and that's normally is the issue.
Yeah, and I think maybe they figured it out. But if they figured that out, then why can't Google and even Samsung, who really is kind of skittish about battery charging, right, because of the Note 7 issue, even they have improved their battery charging. And like I said, again. For a lot of people, and I was listening, I can't remember what show I was listening to, and I don't remember who made the comment, but they were like, fast charging really isn't a thing for me. I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. But it is for some people, because sometimes you're in the shower or your phone's kind of the battery's a little drained, and you want to get in there, and just like you're taking a shower, you get ready to go out with on a date with your wife or whatever, you just want to pop it on the charger for 20 minutes, and then, just to get some usable juice on, that's fine. But then I think about that and I go, yeah, but here's the thing. Where I live, I have a charger in my car, right? And so I'll get into the car, and then we have to drive sometimes 25 to 40 minutes to get to St. Louis in the city, and like we did last night. And then on the charger, even if I missed any charging in the shower, I can make up for that in the car on the drive.
Yeah.
So again, your use case is going to vary. I just wish they would make it a little faster. And I'm not sure, and somebody can keep me honest about it. I don't know if the new foldable, the Pixel 9 Fold, does not have wireless reverse charging on it at all.
Does it not?
I don't think it does.
Oh, I thought it did.
I don't know. Somebody needs to check that because I'm trying to watch some of the content, but honestly, here's how it goes. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to buy the phone on AT&T or just like upgrade to it. So since I'm not getting that right now, I'm kind of not really paying a whole lot of attention to it. But somebody needs to keep it real for me because I don't know. And let's see comments. Me and Joe were both hoping to get the mic. Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of like the Honor device. I think it's pretty cool looking. I
like me.
Yeah,
it does excite me.
And I don't think a Pixel Flip is ever happening. I don't think Pixel is going to a flippable.
No.
It'd be cool. I also think, for me, it would be a Pixel Flip and a Pixel Band. Yeah, that would be legit. Like, I'm that guy, right? So I don't think they're going to come out with either one. And, the Samsung S25 Ultra Fold. I don't think they're going to call it that, but that's okay. And
S24 Note Ultra Fold.
Right. And then, it's making it worse. No, yeah, AT&T is not carrying the foldable at all. But I checked, and they're not carrying it. And I don't blame AT&T. Again, we had that discussion last week. I don't blame them, but and the V3, it's getting some great reviews. Yeah, the V3 is a really solid device. I think you're going to be really impressed with it.
I think so. I'm excited, but I felt it, like I said, and I fell in love with it. So I thought I've got to try this.
And Manos clarifies. He says, no, I don't trust it to last. Unfortunately, I always feel eventually break the internal display at least. Not for 2K. The cameras are not good enough. Right. And I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even the Honor one, the cameras still aren't on the level of like the Vivo I've got here. But the good thing is I've still got this Vivo. So
right. And I guess my question is do you believe that the cameras have to be on a foldable?
No, I guess not. I mean, are they going to be good enough for my use case? Probably, yeah. Probably going to be great for my everyday point and shooting. Would I say a photographer to get that phone? I probably still would because a photographer's going to use their camera, right?
Right.
So
I think if you're photography focused, I don't think a foldable is really the phone you should be looking at.
I don't know though, because being able to edit photos on the fly on a bigger canvas like that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's got pen support on the inner and outer screen, which is something that appeals to me. Yeah. Because the Fold 6 doesn't have it on both screens, does it? Just the inner screen. No,
there's no and even in the Fold 5, and I don't think the Fold 6 improved it. Yeah, there is no pen support for the outer screen. And honestly, maybe to give Samsung a little bit of a pass on this, I can't imagine a scenario where the screen I don't really use or need to use the stylus on the outer screen.
Yeah.
It's if you're going to be using, to me, and I think this is Samsung, maybe this is me thinking for Samsung because they haven't clarified it. But I think if you're going, this is Samsung, not Samsung. Right. So Samsung says all those things that you're doing edits, you want a larger canvas, right? You're going to want to be here. Right. This is where you want to. This is where you want to be, right? You want to be on this screen because that's where you can see the things. You can zoom in and right. This screen now, if this screen was more like a Pixel Fold, OnePlus Open, Vivo, more of a book style, that kind of makes more sense. But honestly, on the outside screen, you shouldn't be mucking around with this on an S Pen. And I do have the case.
You already said about how thin the outside screen is, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't think it's practical. Again, as opposed to having the S24 Ultra.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a wider phone. There is no inner outer screen, right? It makes more sense. And Manos is going back to the OnePlus 12. You still have your OnePlus 12?
Yeah, I've still got it. I'm trying to sell it reluctantly because I need to get some cash back, right? But I don't want to sell it because I love this thing. I do love this thing.
I had it for a little while because I picked one up on a trade and test drove it before I returned it. Actually, I bought it and then I had to buy it some stuff in my daughter's car.
Still here.
I still think that's, to me, I mean, obviously with the soft, it depends on what you feel like, but I think
it's one of my phones of the year. I think
as a slab phone, I think that's
package.
I think that's my favorite of the year. I think the cameras are really good, and I think, and he even and if Manos is telling you that the cameras are still his favorite, and he's a photography centric human being, that should tell you something. And which is funny because OnePlus has not been known for their camera prowess, right?
Well, it's subjective, isn't it? I mean, I think it's divided because there's a lot of OnePlus fans that would tell you that their camera is good over the years, and there's loads of people that tell it's trash. And I think it got too much stick, really, even in the past. Don't get the credit they deserve.
Well, and I know Juan has made videos about talking about the OnePlus camera actually having a lot more capability and being more of an appropriate shooter,
definitely.
And that's coming from somebody like him. So there is, to me, that there is value in that statement. However, I just don't know. And so, like I said, and what does his shirt say or my shirt say? I don't know. My shirt's all in English. It doesn't have any kind of acronyms. It's just, I think it's
wow, Dad.
All of football. I don't know what AOF stands for. He needs a look.
I don't even know if it is all of football. It might be something else.
Might be something else, but we don't know. Yeah. So, still can't get over the reason why OnePlus didn't upgrade the charging speed since one. Well, again, if you're 80 watts on the one. I mean, come on, dude, that's stupid.
No, I got Chinese variants. I got 100.
Yeah, so it's like it's stupid. It's blistering fast. I think he said Sam said on the article about leaked roadmap for Pixel Flip. Yeah, I mean. If there is now, that is something I would be interested in instead of, because maybe you're thinking as a Pixel Flip, you might be more at the $999 to $1199 price point. A flippable Pixel would be pretty cool with that software suite. That's something I think I could probably get down to, and they're going to upgrade it with a 13. I guess is the response to the charging speeds. Jimmy's like, I'm definitely going for the V3 but less iOS. Like, okay, now, all right, so. This is because I love Jimmy, but I want to know why this is. I have a problem with the way iOS functions, not the way iOS looks.
Yes. That's
my problem. I don't like the way iOS just functions generally as a phone.
The navigation is the main thing for me. It's always extra steps for everything.
So if you get the look and aesthetic of the iOS, I've never had a problem with it. No. So I'm curious if Jimmy wants to respond to that. He please do so because I'm curious.
He will. He will.
He said, and that's what I thought too, Lenny. I was pretty sure that I think in Michael Fisher's video, I think he even claims that I
need to watch that actually.
It's actually really good, and of course, and here's the thing: if you're considering foldables, really honestly, there's really two channels I would direct you to.
Scary Literal.
Yeah, I actually, to be honest with you, hot take, I would direct you to Scary If Literal before Michael Fisher.
Yeah. Especially for long-term use, I'd say.
Right. And it's because,
one of the best.
Because now, here's the thing. Michael Fisher is extremely polished. I wish I had the same level of communication style and the voice that he has. I really wish I did. He of all of my creator people that I watch, I could listen to Michael Fisher talk about.
Is great.
I could listen to him talk about a menu, and I would still be captivated by it. Something about he has a great voice and presentation. But if you really want to know somebody who's,
I'd say that about Barry as well, though.
Oh yeah, Barry's got a
great menu.
Such a great approach and sound. And then with Shane, I think Shane does a better job of the everyday in the trenches, using the phone and really kind of talking about the nuance of it, like the use
every
of
update, literally.
Right. Talking about the differences and that he's more into it. And I think Michael Fisher is into it too, but he's more of a larger creator.
He hasn't got time.
That's what it is. His time crunch is kind of rough. And I think that's his problem. If you're really considering about really talking about moving from slab to foldable, I think that Shane Craig's Scary If Literal channel is absolutely a sub.
Yeah.
Not only is mine a sub, I only have, I think, 2 or 3 actual, 3. It's actually 3. There's 3 people that actually, I guess, have a subscription, a paid subscription. It's Scary If Literal, Gigi, and Eric. Easy Computer Solutions. Those are the only 3 I have. because I love Gigi because
she's on ones.
Who's?
Juan Bagnell.
No, I subscribe to his Patreon.
That's what I mean. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm talking about straight YouTube. YouTube subscriptions.
Oh, sorry.
It's
okay.
Yeah, Gigi, Eric, and Scary if literal. And he has been my go-to for anything foldable for a long time. I really like Shane. I really think he's a good dude. And I like obviously Gigi because she talks more about the foldables that I can't use, which is kind of sucky because I really want to use the Vivos and the Honors, but I'm on AT&T. I got to get rid of the big blue, right? And then Eric, I've been a fan since his days of the Windows Phone, and he likes to hold on to older devices, and it's nostalgic, and I kind of like that. So
I like it when he goes back.
Oh yeah, it's so
older
good.
Device, yeah, it's good.
And okay, so Michael Fisher's a cheater, though. How dare he have such a? Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like in this game is his voice. It's like not even fair, right? It's like some of these people just have naturally born talent, and you just like.
Jermaine, I love your Dutch twang. Don't worry, I like it.
Oh, I'm telling you, his Arnhem stuff, I know it's hard to do. If he does that again, I will always tell you, that video is one of the best phone review, but history. It was such a great video. I know it's hard to do. I know it's tough for Jermaine, and I realize that I'm always going to be on his case about it, but I had such a love of that video. That was one of the most fun videos to watch that I can think of in the last 3 years.
It's so good. I was just talking to Jermaine before we started this actually, and I was just saying his production now and his voiceover, he's got it down to a T. Like his videos are so well polished. I mean, if all the guys in the chat here already probably follow him, but if you don't, definitely check him out. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. And the video about Tom the Tech Chap. Yeah, it's another really good creator that I don't think gets as much attention and love. Tom's a really good job. About the Honor
ecosystem one, I watched that today. That was quite good. It does make me want to buy into Honor.
Yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. I have been a fan of the Honor brand, and it drives me absolutely nuts that the fact that the political stuff got into it. Only for them. Hilariously that Honor and Vivo and BBK and all these other brands, they're totally Chinese, but it's Huawei that catches all the shit. I'm like, okay, well, if it's for them and all companies are part of the CCP, then wouldn't you think that ban would expand across devices? It doesn't. And it's just like, that's why it feels targeted to me. And I just think that's unfair.
And John Trimmer's joined us. He's a long-time listener.
Hey,
but never viewed us.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming by. Hopefully you're doing something more fun with your day and just maybe listening to us in the background. You're not like totally focused on the show because, he's
going to go back to the audio. He's going to see our faces and be like, that's why I watch the audio. Listen to the audio.
These dudes are terrible. But thank you so much for stopping by, John. We really appreciate you, sir. And again, voice is normal, but it's so unique to me. And maybe it's not just the Dutch, because I actually, funny backstory is my first job at a country club, when I was my early 20s, the general manager was Dutch, Hubert. Hubert was from Holland. He's, and he had the very, very, very Dutch, obviously, accent. And it wasn't the same voice as Jermaine. I would not listen. No. I would not like to listen to Hubert give a description of phones. So we really appreciate it. And it was a nice, lovely little town. Like I said, those are the kinds of things that I really like. I don't know much about Europe. I mean, I've never been, to Europe at all.
Well, Jermaine's actually looking to travel more in his videos. So we want to see more of it.
Yeah, and it's really good. And I think that's the big issue I have with Lenny's agree. And I think I align with Lenny here. Is the navigation is just so I don't care for it on iOS. Just the way the
main gripe, really.
Yeah, the notification center has just always been kind of a sore spot for me. I know they've made some improvements with like the groupings and stuff like that. It's just it doesn't feel natural to me. And now I haven't used an iPhone as an actual phone for I guess it's what
I never have.
The iPhone 4 is probably I apologize. No, I take that back. I had the iPhone 8 Plus, the Code Red edition. I had that for almost a year and I gave it to my wife, which is funny. And then Jermaine putting up with some the Zeros. which is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We do appreciate the couple extra euros.
We discussed that. See, I told you I spoke to him beforehand.
Right. So, and I'm not trying to be self-deprecating, Jimmy. I'm just trying to be realistic, but I appreciate you. And he loves our faces. So we appreciate that. So
John's not got his glasses on right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So
what's that?
I get what Lenny's coming from, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I think I think Michael Fisher is starting to straddle. I think maybe he has straddled.
See, I disagree with that though, Lenny, because I think he is passionate about foldables. I think it does come across. I know what he means though, because when it's polished like that, it gives you the impression that it's like an actor. But I think he is genuine with what he's saying about the devices he reviews. I
think he's genuine, but I think what I'm going to take from Lenny's statement is that he's starting to kind of straddle that MKBHD. Yeah, he's talking about usage and all that kind of stuff, and he's being informed. But it's starting to kind of tilt between: is this really a review, or is it more a informational? It's with Marquez. I think it's a little different. I think he's totally transitioned to his reviews. I would never buy a review based on something that Marquez says, even though I love his show and his Waveform podcast. Michael Fisher, I would probably still do, but that's why I gave you Shane Scary at Literal. I think if I were actually going to look at somebody who's actually looking to like what they really thought about day-to-day driving the device, and I knew there was going to be a long-term, I think Shane would be my go-to. I think that would be, especially for a foldable. Now, and he seems to kind of like specify on foldable, so that's kind of his thing. And it is a chore.
iOS is a chore.
It just is. And then right, and then you have hardcore guys, and there's a lot of channels that do that.
Yeah, that's the scare of little, basically. What Lenny's saying there. That's him to a T.
And I don't disagree with that. Like I said, and again, I'm trying to be. I try to see it from their point of view, and I actually also want to be supportive of them, but I also realize that it's not every channel's creation and not every channel's content aligns the same. Some people are really just kind of like, but it seems like in order for you to be getting to that strata, you have to start to just not give it the, oh, well, here's the phone and I took this picture and here's the stats and here's this, right? It starts to have to, in order to get the engagement, you have to start to transition into more of and I'm not talking about somebody like Adam Matlock, right? I think he does a really good job of having a lot of engagement and having a really good following. But if you notice his production, it's just him in this room like us, right? He's just giving you this. Right. It's very minimal, but it's consistent and you know what you're getting with him. And I think Adam does a really good job. I think that's a creator that kind of is in a different kind of class. Right?
The word you said, consistent, that's what's kept him going and made him grow.
And that's what it is. So again, let's just level set with all this, right? All this, except if you pay for the service, right? If you pay for the subscription to YouTube Plus or whatever, right? It's, you don't get ads. But all this stuff is free. Like all these channels don't cost. You don't have to pay for any of this stuff. You can go on YouTube and watch a subscriber, like our YouTube channel. Like if we had our own, just about the podcast, right? Not just about the Nomad Tech Project. It wouldn't be very much, right? We're a very small podcast. We have maybe 80 listens a month. We have some views, but we're not about that large life, right? And we're not trying to be.
We're never going to be, no.
Well, yeah, and that's fine. But I think what it comes down to is at the end of the day, everybody's engaging in this chat and everybody's engaging in this content and nobody's having to pay hundreds of dollars a month. It's not like you have a cable subscription, you have to buy Tubi or any of these other things, right? You have to have obviously you can still watch YouTube. YouTube is free. Yeah, you have to suffer through the ads and all that kind of stuff. And you have a subscription, which I've had for a while because I use YouTube Music now. I mean, that's really a lot.
Yeah, I think YouTube Music is very good, actually.
Yeah, I really like it. It's not. Is it perfect? I kind of miss things like Spotify, and I tried things like Tidal.
I use Amazon Music though myself.
Yeah, and so again, I should probably do that because I'm already paying for a Prime subscription. I don't know why I paid for both, but be that as it may.
That's what we do.
Right. But
subscription this, subscription that.
All this shit is free.
Mm.
I don't understand again. And here's the thing: if you watch a creator, and I've watched a couple of creators that I just don't care for their content, I just move on. Yeah. Like I don't make a nasty comment. I don't say anything stupid about their content. And somebody made a comment about Adam, like he's like twitching, moving. He's got fucking Tourette's. Are you guys retarded? It's like, what is wrong with you people? He has a
To be fair, he masks it quite well, I think.
But if you know people, like I have a couple of friends, like I have a friend of mine who's a firefighter locally, and has it, and you can only tell because he kind of like, it's a facial tick, and it's really subtle. Mm. And I noticed it, and I'm friends with him and his wife, and I didn't notice it right away. And finally I asked her, I was like, I noticed that Michael kind of does this little does he have Tourette's? She goes, yeah, I'm not letting people know. I mean, he's got Tourette's for Christ's sake. Give the guy a break. It's free. Yeah, Tech Odyssey. Yeah, it's like, I mean, seriously. And here's the thing, and I always
he was great when he came on here. Do you remember? Adam is
a properly nice gentleman. And here's the thing. Great. You would say that online, but I dare you to say it to Adam's face. Because probably, if he was not a nice guy, he'd probably blister your head. He'd probably hit you in the beak with it. It's like, a lot of people want to be keyboard warriors here and throw a lot of shade and call. And then here's the thing. If you disagree with somebody's take on a phone, fine. If you think that they're off base about a pixel, fine. When you start to delve into the way they look, the way they speak, the way they look, again, there's a difference between giving somebody proper feedback about, hey, you probably need to speak slower or engage differently. That's fine. But you clearly can tell that they're making a comment that's designed to be hurtful.
A trigger.
On that. Just to be hurtful and just to be a dick or
just
a jerk.
Be a dick, yeah. That's why at the end of the show, you always say, don't be a dick. That's what you're referring to.
Yeah, just don't do that. If you don't like the fact that Adam ticks and it drives you crazy and you don't want to watch
him then. You have a choice.
Just don't associate with him. Don't follow his channel. Block the channel if you want to, and then move on. That's just move on. Nobody cares what you think. You're not important. A user 123456789 from some bullshit account. Like nobody cares.
If you want to throw some shade, come to my channel.
Yeah, come to us.
I could do with the comments.
We totally suck. And Joe's gonna start, and we're gonna talk about it here in a minute. But it's just like, again, you always know when you win when they go personal. You always know if somebody's going into they're giving you stuff about the way you look, the way you talk, the way you sound, the way you've won. Right.
So how did we get there? That's weird.
Well, I'm saying is just don't be an ass and just try to realize these people are trying to do the best they can. And none of these people are professional whatevers. And even the professional whatevers, people still throw shade at them, especially women creators. And I don't understand that at all. Again, that's another topic. And rant over. We're going to move on to positive stuff. I'm just saying, don't be a dick. And when I say that, that's not gender specific. That's just don't be a jerk face. Don't hate on people. They're really doing.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a fanny. Don't be whatever you want to be called.
Yeah, and again, Lenny and you are going to have a disagreement here. It's just like he believes he's more of an actor, and he does great reviews, and he's not knocking him. Joe's like, well, I just don't see it exactly the same way, and that's fine. That's the kind of conversation that we can have.
That's a good conversation. It's healthy conversation.
Absolutely, and
Lenny always have chats like that.
Right, and they want to make money, right? At the end of the day, they're trying to grow their channel or do whatever or whatever. Side note to that, did you see that David Kogan opened up a coffee shop in New York?
Yeah,
it's called Coffee Check. Yeah. Dude, that's great. I want to go to. You know what's funny is this is how stupid I am, and I'm not a huge fan of David Kogan. I really like him. I've never obviously met the gentleman.
Can I tell you a story that's funny?
I would totally go to. First of all, I'm a coffee guy.
Listen to this though.
Love to go and check that out.
Chad tweeted, he's bought the coffee. He's actually bought the coffee, and he put a picture of him and David Kogan, and he said, like, I've bought it. Got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers, and I've bought his coffee. And then in our Telegram chat, Lenny put a picture of him and David Kogan, and he goes, "But I'd never buy his coffee, overpriced coffee." And it was just it's a great shot at Chad.
Well, here's the thing. It's like,
brilliant.
But here's the cool part. He made that part of his coffee check when he was doing his day in the life videos. He would stop at a local coffee shop in the New York area, and he'd get coffee, and he'd say coffee check, and he was right. It became, and he leveraged that into a business. I think it's really
fair play to him. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Now I don't like a lot of crafted coffees. Like I'm not into Starbucks. And when I do go to those kind of places, I just get regular brewed coffee. Like I just like regular coffee. Every once in a while, if something kind of strikes me, I'll maybe get something a specialty kind of thing. It's like a little gift. But for most part,
David's put thought into that a lot.
Yeah, and it's
not
cool
because just off a whim.
Right, but it's cool because he's decided to take it and make a brick and mortar business and have another coffee shop, which I'm sure in New York there's probably,
which is not easy to do.
Well, and they just think about it. It's just like any restaurant, right? To me, that's a restaurant. Most restaurants first year fail, and so, but the fact that he took it, called it Coffee Check, and it's got the same kind of, I mean, I honestly, if I were in the New York area, I would actually take the time. Now I don't know where it's at in New York.
I'll drag Lenny down there.
Right. It's a massive city, so I don't know where it's at. I mean, I think it's in Manhattan. I'm not sure where. I don't know the location. But if I had a chance to, I would literally go there in the morning, and not just to meet him. If he's working there, cool. I wouldn't care. But I would just go to check it out because it just, I'm a coffee guy, and I think that's kind of cool. Like that kind of stuff to me really makes me excited. Like it's nice to him leverage that into another business venture, not just tech related. The fact that he
on a scale of like products that and businesses that YouTubers have, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So we had like MKB, HD's trainers.
Right. Well, the shoes, I'm not a shoe buyer, so it doesn't move the needle. But because coffee is a big thing for me,
we discussed clicks before, didn't we?
Yeah, clicks. I think, and I think somebody made the comment that if you had clicks and it was on a smaller iPhone, it's okay. But if it's on the Pro Max, it's like really too much. It's really too big.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Like I said, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, and let's go back and go over the chats because I don't want to miss all these. If you make personal, I wouldn't want to have my personal close to my channel. Just be normal. Just be and again, you want to disagree with something I say on this show, please send feedback. Send me an email, the Nomad Tech Project email. Fine. Send an email. Tell me we suck. Fine. You can even say I'm ugly. I talk too fast. I'm the typical American idiot. Whatever. You go for it. If it makes you feel better, fine. But just realize if you're doing that, you're an asshole.
Yeah, and don't you dare. That's my job.
And here's the thing. Yeah, that's Joe's job. And here's the thing. It's because you don't know me as a person.
Yeah,
you know this persona of what we present. If you want to know me as a person, you can fly to St. Louis, and I'm not coming to you because you do the legwork. It's not my responsibility. Yeah. And then we'll go out to dinner. And if you still think I'm an asshole, cool. But I just don't think when it comes
to you think he's an asshole, you're paying.
Right. It's going to cost you. But here's the thing. Keep it to the tech because I don't know anybody personally. I've never met any of these people. No. Like even the people on our channel, I've never met Adam Matlock or Shane or Viper or I have never met them in person. Hell, I've even met my co-host. Right. And that's who I really want to meet more than anybody is Joe. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, I'd love to meet you, Sam, in person.
But I mean, I got to get to the UK and I got to get a passport.
Or vice versa.
Right. And then, so it's cool. But like I said, it's like, just don't go there because you're just a piece of shit if you do. Sorry. And if you go there, you need to check your head because you're an asshole.
There's a difference between being personal or saying, oh, I didn't agree with what you said there and this is why, and having a discussion. That's fine. Right.
No, it's in
being
play.
Personal
totally in
and
play.
Saying,
no, it's saying like, oh, you sound like an idiot, or you tick and
you don't know what you're talking about.
Your Tourette's ticks distract me, and I can't listen to your content. Then unsub and go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
I don't like your lighting; it's so crap. And
yeah, well, you know what?
Silly like.
Yeah, send me some lighting. I don't care. It's an audio podcast, you dorks. I mean, it's whatever. That's fine. All right, Joe. You asked for needless personal attacks. I hate you, and you have a full head of hair, and you can't. Yeah, he's mad because you got the best hair. And Jermaine and I are, I was going bald, and it kind of stopped. It was weird. I started to lose my hair, and I got to about like 38, and I just quit. It stopped like right here. And although I think it's going down here. Can you see it? Yeah. I don't give a shit. Who cares?
I'm going to start screen on time wigs.
Right. Merkins. Look that up, folks. Look up what a merkin is.
Merkin. Another funny story, actually. On that stag do I went to in Poland, we got the guy some wigs from Amazon, and my mate did an Amazon review for it, and we thought there's no chance it's going to get accepted, but it did. And there's even a picture of him with it just sitting on the top.
Yeah, it's always a great idea to diversify, especially if you're looking to generate revenue, right? You want to have different stuff and different, and Americano Black is yeah, absolutely. If I was gonna get like an Americano or espresso, I would get something like that. Something that makes your hair curl, whatever. I mean, not your hair curl. You got too much product.
My hair is actually curly, like if I don't
right.
So I blow dry.
I agree with John, man. A Americano black, one that kicks you right in the between the eyes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally get that. You used to always drink coffee black. Yeah, well, and honestly, I do a little milk.
Hello, Captain, by the way.
And hello, Captain. Fat Pros, absolutely. And I agree. And let's see. Still can't get over how expensive Clicks. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess so, but first of all, it's an Apple product, so it's got to be expensive. Second of all, look at what he's trying to do. He doesn't have economies of scale. It's a very niche product for a phone, right? And a lot of people who have iPhones, most of those people are probably younger, and they maybe have never used a BlackBerry, so they don't understand how fun it would be to use a physical keyboard, right? I'm going to give it a pass. And here's the thing. Again, this is the conversation I get into before when I talk to people about things cost a lot of money. It's like, okay, well, that's fine. However, would you buy Clicks? First of all, do you have an iPhone? And if you do, if Clicks was $80, would you buy it? And if that's the case, then really you're talking about price point, not the usability of the product. I don't think I would use Clicks as much as I'd like. I would like to get a goddamn BlackBerry is what I would like, or a phone that prioritizes a physical keyboard. I also would like a phone with a polycarbonate or metal back. I wish we could get back to that as and somebody made a comment. I think it's on Twix. It's if HTC made it like an upgraded M8, would you buy it? I'm like, fucking take my money. Hell yeah, I would totally buy that phone with boom sound.
I'd buy it for you, mate.
Right, a boom sound with like Sense UI and like having all the headphone jack and having the IR blaster at the top and a metal back, like an actual proper 8 Gen 3 Snapdragon device with like 12 gigs of RAM and a little bit bigger, like an M8 Plus or M8 Max. Oh, dude, I would buy that phone in a fucking nanosecond. Yeah. Because I wouldn't get a case for that at all, ever. I never had a case for any of my HTC devices. The metal ones, the M7, M8, M9. Nope.
I can't see HTC ever doing flagship devices.
No, and I know they've come back a little bit, but it's it's the standard stock UI. It's not Sense. Sense was really good. I really liked Sense. Oh yeah. This is the real travesty of it. That
you guys never met.
Well, yeah, and at one point he actually lived in Colombia, which is like literally 2 hours from me. And I was like, the fact that we haven't actually met up and like visited, I just need to drive to Kansas City and meet up and take a weekend one time and meet up with Andrew. That's a travesty. Literally, we're in the same goddamn state, and that's my fault. I needed to prioritize.
Well, for all the guys who live in the UK, we're not that far apart, so
right.
I need to meet some of the guys.
Absolutely, and I did, and I know that he used to do that pub. Steve Litchfield used to do the pub meetups. I guess he does.
He hasn't done them for a long time.
Maybe because COVID. Maybe COVID kind of killed that. But
if he did,
I always know he used to have those pretty like in London. I guess he would have those pub meetups. And if I were in the UK, even if I was in places like really far away, like Northern Ireland or whatever, I would try to get to those.
I'd
actually meet him.
I would definitely go. And John says in the chat as well, Steve Litchfield has actually got the Clicks thing in. He's done like 3 shorts already. So head over to his channel and check that out.
Yeah, Steve's got a really good. I'm curious. I know he mentioned it when I was on the show that he had some issues with getting a Clicks inbound, and I think Michael helped him out with that. Sharks in the chat. Hello, sir. Mm-hmm. Thank you for always showing up. Appreciate it. Steve Litchfield's got the Clicks. He does. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. You guys are awesome. It's like too much today. I'm trying to be better about the comments, but you guys are so great about it. You just like throwing stuff in here left and right. HTC fun fact. I was working on that with HTC. Oh yeah, by contact. Yeah, dude. I really miss HTC. I also miss obviously LG, but I have a little bit more of a soft spot for HTC. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I enjoyed their devices so much and I like their UI so much. The Sense UI and the HTC One M8 is literally my favorite Android phone and favorite UI. I loved it. Oh God, yeah, exactly. And Johnny, if he has an updated M8, he'd go Android full time. Hell yeah, dude. I would rock. I would get rid of. If they said right now, Sam, you have to get rid of every Android device you have. The only phone you can have is an updated ATC 1M8 with maybe like a 6.3 inch screen, boom sound, headphone jack, IR blaster, Sense UI, running on HN3.
Sam, I need to tell you a bit more about John, right? So everyone thinks I'm bad with my phones, right?
Right.
John is way worse. I mean, he's way worse.
Likes to switch a lot?
That's an understatement. I mean,
well, good.
John,
well, that's okay, John.
Yeah.
That's not a shot. That's
not a shot. No.
We love you. If you're that guy, we're all good. You always have
he tries all different devices. He's had a Xiaomi 14 Ultra. He's had the Vivo foldable. He's currently got the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. But he likes iPhones as well, so he always gets them as well.
Oh, this is essentially Lumia polycarb body with a stainless steel sides. Okay, yeah, I could track on that. That's not a bad idea at all. You get the best.
That's a good way to. So you got the weight of the stainless steel, but then you got the lighter polycarbonate. So
yeah, you and John, you're only 2 hours away. I don't know whatever.
Well, he lives near Dan in Donny.
Oh, okay. So you should just take a trip one weekend and take a train or a bus or whatever you do in the UK, hoverboard. Well, I don't know what the hell they got.
I'm gonna try and meet up with Dan at some point. I've got a week off from the 29th.
Absolutely. I just don't know if Northern Ireland would like to see me. Maybe they would. I don't know. Maybe I'd fit in really great.
I think they would love to see you, Sam.
I think so. I would love to visit Northern Ireland. Actually, I'd like to go to the actual Republic of Ireland and actually all of the UK. I'm gonna get there, man. I promise. I gotta get here. Okay, so here's something you may not know. Joe had these like, hey, here's a fun fact about Sam you may not know. Sam does not own a passport, and there's a reason why I don't. The reason why I don't is because my birth certificate is actually misspelled. So on my birth certificate, my first name is spelled Samuel, not E-L. So unfortunately, that's the only document I have that's obviously it's a typo. It was a typo when it was typed up back in 1975. That's when I was born.
He's lying. It wasn't typed in them days. It was like
it was chiseled. Like I don't. Well, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do a DTS work?
In the ink.
You got to do a DTS work with a clay tablet?
Yeah, he's not here, so I've got to.
Yeah, right. So what happened is, because that is the certifying document for a passport, because the names don't match, I have never been able to get a passport. So I actually have to fill out a form, which I have right here. I actually have a form. I'm not going to show you because you can get it. It's a Missouri vital document record change, essentially. I got to send that in, and then I got to get that changed, and I get a passport. So until I get that done, I'm not able to fly to the UK. So that's what it is. And also I got to pay for it. But I want to go also when I want to go, and I don't want to have a week, because I would think that if I'm going to the UK, I'm going to Northern Ireland and Wales and Scotland and England and visit Joe and all that. I got to have at least 2 weeks. So I got to
Nomad Tech Project on tour.
Right. We're going to walk around. We're going to do the show like literally like on
we can do it live in like
Trafalgar Square. We'll go to a pub. I'll have a proper English. We'll actually have
live show.
A live day stream.
Where are you, Joe? I'm in the pub.
Right. I'm already there. It's 8:00. It's too early. Never too early, mate. So what we ought to do is, if I do come, we'll have a Saturday show, and it's just an all-day show. I'll start streaming at like 7 a.m., hook the battery up, and we'll just go around. Joe's going to show me all the stuff. We're going to get a proper English breakfast. We're going to do all the stuff. We're going to be walking around town. I'm going to look like a typical American. People are going to fuck with me. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Right, it'll be great. It'll be good. It'll be a good time. Yeah, not another snap-on physical QWERTY keyboard. I know. If Ryan Seacrest can't make it proper, nobody apparently. But Michael Fisher is going to try. God damn it, he's going to try.
And I hope he succeeds.
Oh, blink feed. Oh, so good. Yeah, HTC for the win, dude. The fact that at one point I had a Windows and an Android HTC 1M8. Like that was like I was living in heaven. That was the greatest thing in the world. So bosses loved it. They couldn't manage it because I get it. It sucks. Yeah, it was really good. Lumia 650. How can he be worse than you? I don't know who that. I guess. I think that's. I don't know. We'll find out. Who's in Donnie? Oh, Joe's not. I guess he doesn't.
John's in Donnie.
John's in Donnie. Where's Dan live? Dan, you said I thought you said Dan lives in Donnie. He does?
Yeah. They both do. They don't know each other though.
Oh, soon, Joe. He said in all caps, soon, Joe.
Soon.
All right. Donnie Rowe's massive. Yep. Man, there's so many. Luis? Oh, I think that's Luis. Okay, Luis is in the chat. Belfast. Okay, so here's what I know about Belfast. Has it calmed down? Well, here's the thing. I don't look, man. I have at least where I'm from. I can carry like a knife. I can carry a gun. Right. I don't want to go to Belfast and stuff's going sideways. Like, is it calm? Is Belfast cool now, or is it still kind
of course it is.
And I'm not religious, so I'm not into the Catholic Protestant. I could give a shit. Like, I don't really believe in religious warfare anyway. But I'm just saying. I mean, Belfast looks pretty cool. I just want to go there, and it's a little. It's weird. I don't want it to be weird. I just want to go there and
Jimmy will protect you anyway.
Sure. That sounds good.
Be a bodyguard.
Right, sounds good. I just want to make sure everything's do it now before you actually need it. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I've known about it.
Good bit of advice there from Simon.
I know,
as usual.
and I've known about the issue. I've been I can't believe I have not got it fixed before now. It's so stupid. Literal Nomad Tech. Hell yeah, man. We're gonna be walking around just doing it. Walking around the streets, dude, just mucking about doing the Nomad Tech project. Yeah, I am younger than you. Yeah, I think Luis is a little older. Obviously, he's born in 75. Yeah, I am old, and Luis is old too. So we're both old. We're old together. We're old.
You're not old, man.
And Shark's not exactly a spring chicken, but I think he's. I don't know if he's young. I think Shark's younger than me by a little bit. I can't remember when we had him on the show. I'm pretty sure he said he was a few years younger than me, but I can't swear to it.
Let's get him back on again.
Blood sausage for England? Fuck yeah, dude.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I gotta try it all. I don't know if I like it either. I've never had it, but I'm gonna be all in. Here's the thing. Yeah, and then have like blood sausage. We have something like that now. Well,
we called it black pudding, by the way.
Black pudding. Yeah, I've had it. No, I've had that before. I think. I don't remember. It doesn't. Well, I didn't have it in the UK, so it doesn't really matter. But I know my mother and my grandmother when they were. When I was little, they would go to pubs here and taverns. They call them taverns here in St. Louis, and they would get brain sandwiches.
Sandwiches?
Yeah, like pork brain. Mm-hmm. They deep fry them and they bread them and they would put them on a sandwich and nope, sorry, that was my mother and my grandmother. I can't. There's no way. Oh,
have you had Bovril yet? By the way,
I have not. I can't get. I mean, I guess I can order. I haven't had my beef tea again, but we're getting cooler here in the St. Louis. And the NFL season started. Actually, technically, regular season started Thursday, but the Bears played it. Oh, speaking of that, I didn't check that. Hold on, I didn't check the scores. I don't know if the Bears lost. It was a pretty close game. I thought they would. They were playing the Titans this week. Let's see what we got going on here. Hold on 1 second. And the Bears probably lost. Oh, they won 24-17. Okay, cool. Bears 1-0. Very good. So it's
Sam, England played Republic of Ireland. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember now. We won 2-0, right? But the two players that scored, I think they've both played for Republic of Ireland. I know Declan Rice did a few friendlies, but they now play for England. Awkward.
So I'm gonna do the whole thing, man. Like I'm gonna make it proper, dude. It's okay. He says it's chill. Okay, as long as it's chill. I don't want to go there and catch the troubles, man. I'm not in.
No,
I'm
you'll
not
be
about
fine,
that
mate. You'll be fine.
I think I'll be okay. I just don't. It looks. I tell you, it looks really interesting, and I really like the historical stuff. That's why I love places in like Europe. This just fascinates me because I love the history. I mean, standing at like Buckingham Palace. I mean, some of this stuff has been around for like the United States isn't thousands of years old, right? It's only been around since obviously until when we are a colony, we basically fought you guys and tell you to go fuck yourselves. And then, all that stuff. But I mean, there's nothing in the United States that's 1,000 years old. That's an American quote unquote structure, right? But
you got places would say you are, but
well, yeah, I was around the original colonies, right? I'm that guy, the Mayflower. I was like, hey mates, come on, we got texts, we got phones and stuff. You guys can hang out, right? No, it's all good.
And tech used to be a stick to make a fire.
Oh my God! Oh, he's quite. And today is yet another birthday. Well, happy birthday, Shark! You're like 36, and congratulations!
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, my friend! Thank you so much. Again, we need to get you on again because we need to talk some more finance stuff because that was one of my favorite conversations because it really did involve. It was phone centric, but really talked about all of. And Shark has a fantastic wealth of knowledge when it comes to phone finances and money. And dude, those conversations are always fantastic. I love that kind of stuff.
I get a bit lost, but I enjoyed it still.
Okay, let's see. So This is good, right? It's the tits. That's good, or not?
I think that means it's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the tits myself.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a fan of the tits. So when I hear that, that means black pudding for him. He's a fan of the black pudding.
Yeah, he's a fan of the tits. He's a fan of the black pudding. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's one of them things that you either. It's a bit like Marmite. You either like it or hate it.
Right. Black pudding's delicious. Haggis too. I've never had haggis.
I've never had haggis. No.
I don't think. Now, some guy was on TikTok showing me like the haggis, and they had the black pudding, and they had bacon.
Maybe I've just not had good black pudding. Maybe.
Probably not. I don't know where else you would have it, considering the fact that you know that's
greasy calf.
Right. Grealish did too. Okay.
Yeah, he also played for Ireland. I thought he did.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Jimmy says I'll be perfectly fine. I'm okay. So I'm definitely going to hit Belfast. That's a thing.
If you have Jimmy and Simon as your two bodyguards, you'll be absolutely fine.
It's going to take me to Carrickfergus Castle. Carrickfergus Castle. Okay. That's 1200s. Holy crap. That's cool. Like that shit. I'm here for it, right? All that stuff. And here's the thing.
Place to go.
I don't want to do the whole Blarney Stone.
I love castles.
I don't want to do the touristy stuff. I like going to places where the tourists don't go. Like that's the kind of stuff. And I've never even heard of Carrickfergus Castle, but that sounds pretty cool. Like I'd love to check that out. Shit, I might need more than 2 weeks, man. It sounds like I'm going to need 3 weeks to really do this proper, right? So
I've never been to Northern Ireland myself, Sam.
Well, that's fair. I've never been to Virginia, so there you go. So I guess that's okay. And then said, had my dinner with it. It's fried. Okay. Have you tried a fry before in Northern Ireland? Is it like a fish fry?
I think it means a fry up, doesn't it?
I think so. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
That's what for English breakfast would be a fry up.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah, Carrickfergus is awesome. So yeah, apparently I need to look it up. And yeah. Now here's the thing: is that a real touristy location in our north? Because I don't want to go where a bunch of Americans are. I don't want to go where any tourists are. I'm like, everybody goes. It's
going to be touristy, isn't it? Because it's a castle. But I mean, you got to go.
But yeah, but I don't think it's some places it's not right. Because I went to when I went to Puerto Rico, they had a distillery, and everybody goes to the Bacardi for the rum. But the one I went to was one that I told the guy, I was like, hey man, like I want to go to like a rum tour, but I don't want to do the whole Bacardi one. He goes, oh dude. Ron de Barrilito. That's where you go. And dude, there might have been 25 people there, and it was a great time. It was more of a smaller. Yeah. Dude, that's the kind of stuff I like to do. I don't take me where all the tourists go. The Blarney Stone. Okay, fine. I guess I would try that out. But I want to know if it's
always more expensive where the tourist goes, right?
Well, just everybody's there and they're weird. And I want to be, if I'm going in country, I don't want to hang around with a bunch of Americans and people from Italy and stuff. Like I want to hang out with people from the Northern Ireland, right? I want to go to a pub. That's why I go where the locals go. And I promise I'm not going to go in there and start a bunch of shit. I'm going to be a good dude. I want to go where locals go, where they want to get away from Americans and touristy people. Like, hey, if you're going to have a proper breakfast or you're going to have a pint, right? I want to go to a place where locals go in Northern Ireland, where they're just chill and they just want to hang out. They don't want to bother with all that bullshit.
Giant's Causeway. Yeah.
Yeah, Giants Causeway. So yeah, so when I get to England, I'm going to obviously tell everybody if I'm going to travel, because that's going to be a planned event, and I'm going to meet everybody. We're going to have events, and we're going to do it all proper. And I'm going to make my way from Northern Ireland into the UK and do the whole thing, and it's going to be awesome. Like I said, I'm going to do it proper, and we'll do live streams, we'll do events, we'll do all that shit. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it fun.
A gimbal we can film this on.
Absolutely. So it sounds good. So it sounds like I need to get to the UK sometime soon. And if I do, I definitely got to get to Northern Ireland. Did you just rip one?
Was that awesome. A fart?
Is that a fart? Dude, that was great. Something you shit your pants. It was great. Anyway, so yeah. Giants Causeway. Yeah, the Giants Causeway. Okay. Yeah. So I got to look up some stuff, but then I have Jimmy and Simon helping me out in the Northern Ireland thing.
I love that we just planned your NI trip.
Yeah, we need to get there. And like I said, not just NI, but just all of it, man. The UK in general. It's going to be cool, man. Like I said, I got to get down there and then check out the Cliffs of Dover. I got to do that. No offense. That's my thing. Cliffs of Dover. Don't know why. Just, I got to check that out.
So touristy, man.
I know. That's okay. That's all right.
The one thing you're allowed to do touristy.
Right. But other than that, everything else, I'm just going to kind of do the whole Trafalgar Square and Buckingham Palace and just kind of absorb and just walk around the streets, right?
A chip shop.
A chip shop.
A good chippy. I won't be that guy, you know.
Yeah.
We know that guy. We won't say his name. Jermaine knows.
Jermaine knows. It's Roger. Totally just bailed. I did not properly take care of him. God, dude. But that's okay, because if not, I would just go to a chip shop on my own. I would just take a walk around. I have no idea how much a trip like that's going to cost. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be cheap, because I got to fly there, and then I'm going to do all that shit properly.
It'll be fine. He'll stay at Jimmy's house. He'll stay at Simon's house.
We're just going to crash. I'm just going to sofa crash. I'm just going to crash at Jimmy's flat, right? And Simon's got a place. I'm just going to crash on his couch. I'm going to couch surf for 2 weeks in the UK.
He's going to bring a tent with him.
Joe's house. I'm just going to hang out. Yeah, I'm just going to sleep outside in the barn or whatever he's got. I don't know what's going on. Driveway, garage.
What summer house?
He's got a summer house.
Yeah. Absolutely. TV in there as well for you.
Absolutely.
No toilet though.
No, well, I don't need it. That's what the outside's for. I piss outside anyway. I mean, that's what. And then
my garden, you don't.
Right? No, I'm not going to do that. I might do some it though. Anyway, just kidding. I need to go to Ballygowan. Ballygowan? Is that how you say it? Ballygowan.
Ballygowan. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, they're going to hook me up. They're going to tell me all the cool places to go. Like, again, non-touristy, local stuff, cool stuff. Get the vibe of Northern Ireland. Spend a couple of days in Northern Ireland and check it out. I'm like, good. I don't know. I have to plan this trip. And if I do, I'll let everybody know. And it'll be a good time. Just tell me what
first step is getting that passport sorted.
Yeah, first step is getting a passport so I can actually return back to the United States. Because I think I can fly out without one, but getting back is going to be a little weird. So, yeah. Oh, and if they got distilleries and places to drink, I might not come back to the United States. That's okay. Anyway, so it'll be a good time. So, yeah, a lot of tech, a lot of travel. Looking forward to it. And if I ever get over to the UK, man, I'll make it proper. We'll meet up with everybody. We'll have a good time. Lots of chat, lots of pub, lots of pictures. It'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it, man. So, anyway, Joe.
Yeah.
We're doing good. We're going to close the show. It's an hour and 6 minutes. Anything else we want to cover? I guess you're supposed to. Let's talk about your channel real quick. Let's plug it, man. What do you got?
I've got no content on there yet, but it's going to be called. It is called Screen on Time.
Nice, like the name.
Yep, I liked it. I was shocked that no one had it already. Well, someone did have it, but they got like 2 subs, so they're not relevant. It's called Screen on Time for obvious reasons. Screen on time with your phone. And obviously you're going to have your screen on when you watch me. Yeah. That's a pretty face, yeah.
Hear the audio.
Huh?
That's cool. That's okay. But yeah, so check it out. Screen on Time. I've already subbed to it, obviously. We check it out. Joe's going to do some content. Hell, you know what? If it takes off, maybe I'll actually do something.
I mean,
maybe.
Let's be honest, right? I've got a full-time job. I'm a family man. I've got a little one. So content's not going to be that consistent. I'm not going to be Adam Matlock banging out 3 or 4 videos every week. But I will be doing content as and when I can. It's going to be my honest thoughts and reviews. An average Joe giving you his thoughts. So it should be fun.
Yeah, and Shark's asking, how much would a trip to Ireland roughly be?
Yeah, that's what I was going to try and look at.
I don't know. It's probably fairly cheap to travel within the UK. I mean, between trains or flights or whatever, it'll just be like probably as always with most trips, it'll be lodging and food, right? That's probably what's going to cost you the most money.
Yeah, probably.
So that's okay. So we'll figure it out, Shark. We'll do that as an action item. I know he knows that word. Anyway, we'll do that as an action item. Yeah, it's probably. What, are you going to take a train?
No. I can go there. If I got a flight tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, 15th of September. 66 quid.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. And Trimmer says it's not cheap. Well, neither is the United States. I don't think any place is cheap anymore. I mean, unless you're going to like a third world country or something, maybe it's a little cheaper, but that's not bad. That's okay. You know what? Sometimes it's not about, and that's not about the cost. Sometimes it's about the experience, and sometimes if you can save a couple of quid, I got to get to the UK. It's something I've been wanting to even before I started, hanging out with Joe and doing our podcast. It's as an American, the UK has always really fascinated me. I really like to go. So it's not cheap.
Isn't it? 66 quid, that's a return.
Yeah, that ain't nothing, dude.
Yeah,
check it out. So anyway, and nothing's cheap, but it's about the experience. And hell, I'm almost 50. So I got like 66% of my life's already over with. I got to live sometime. So what the hell? It'll be a good time. It's just money. You can make some more, and if not, you drop that. Who gives a shit?
Just money.
Anyway,
can't take it with you, can you?
Right, exactly. So, anyways, we're gonna check that out, and yeah, it's probably. I don't even think you'll probably get the cruising out to. You probably just do. It's like a St. Louis to Chicago. It's like 50 minutes, and you literally hit cruising altitude for like 7 minutes, and then you're already descending.
Yeah, coming in and out of security would take longer.
Probably so. Yeah, exactly. So that'll be good. So that's it for this week. Joe, thank you so much. Well, remember, Screen on Time. Go check it out, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes, obviously, because we got a new thing.
We will continue to be here on the Nomad Tech Project, though.
We'll keep showing up. Obviously, this isn't going away. We're going to keep doing it, and we're getting close to 100 episodes. I think this is 94, 5. And here's the thing, folks. Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. We're not doing anything special for 100 episode. I'll just mention it's the 100th episode, and then we're going to either have a guest or we won't have a guest. We're not doing.
We have 100 guests.
We have 100 guests
on the 100th episode.
No guests. That's okay. Maybe one, possibly two. But I'm just letting you know, it's coming up. And we're at show 94, 95, and we're getting there. I can't believe we almost had 90 of these damn things. It's pretty crazy. I enjoy it. I love it. It's something to look forward to. And Joe's a proper chap. And check out his channel. He's going to make some content. And hell, maybe I'll pop in every once in a while. Maybe I'll throw some content on there and help Joe out a little bit. Everybody's been kind of crabbing at me to try to do some stuff. I don't know why anybody in their goddamn right mind would want to listen to me talk about a phone or review it, but hell, maybe it's something
with Dan as well.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, Dan does great content too. Again, bunch of phonies, Grounded Tech. Go check him out. Obviously, everybody else in the chat. Luis has got a channel. Go check them out. Do all the things. Again, we just appreciate everybody coming by every Sunday, showing us love, contributing to the podcast. Great chat, great conversations as always.
It's the main reason we do it, Sam. We just love this.
It's just a lot of fun. We just talk and we riff about tech and
cool people
and food and talking about Sam's possible trip to the UK once he gets a passport eventually at some point. So it's great. And hit the like button. Again, everybody says that, but yeah, smash the like button. Let us know you care.
Smash it.
Do some subs and just keep showing up and be awesome and enjoy your tech and be good to everybody. And again, don't be a dick. Love it. Try to find good in the world. I mean, it's a bad time for everybody right now. There's a lot of stuff.
Don't be a dick or a fanny.
Right.
Don't be inclusive.
Right. Don't be a geezer on the kettle. Right. Don't be that guy. Right. So,
What did you just say?
The geezer on the kettle. Like, I've been watching Liam, and he's like, fucking kill, man. It is like, I'm fucking mad for that. I love that shit, dude. I create that because he was talking about. I know. I'm trying to practice.
You've practiced that one.
I'm practicing that one, right? And he's talking about. That's why there's no rock stars, because these people download shit money for niche. I don't even know what niche is. I guess it's very little.
That was not so good.
It's not so good. I'm practicing. I'm trying to practice. My Liverpudlian accent.
It's not an easy one to do, to be fair. So
no. But I think I got don't be a geese in a kettle. I'm mad for that. I think I got that one down. I got that down pretty good.
That sounds like a Mancunian.
I don't know, dude. I'm trying. I'm an American.
Yeah, it sounds like very Oasis who have just got back together.
Bottle of water. Yeah, I can do that, but it sucks. But no. Fucking kill, man. Yeah, like I said, it's okay. It's all good. So I'm trying. Again, I'm an American. So give me a break, right? I'm not good at the accent stuff, especially Liverpool.
No, Northern Irish accent.
Oh, forget it. I'm not trying to Irish stuff. It's too hard. It's like Scotland. I can't do it. I can't get there. I love listening to it, but I just can't get there. I mean, maybe if I move to Northern Ireland, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay. I ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay there.
I'm just gonna stay in Belfast and just hang out for like a couple of years.
In Simon's house, he won't leave. Simon's like, you gotta go now, man.
No,
I'm staying. I love Northern Ireland.
This place rocks. The food's great. The weather's kind of but who cares, right? The people are cool. I'm down for it. I'm mad for it. Yeah, so it's cool. All right, folks. So for myself and Joe, thank you so much for coming to the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. We'll be back next Sunday. We don't have a guest lined up. We're in that little spot where I've reached out to some people and I haven't heard back, so we need to follow up. Maybe
I didn't do any reaching out this week. My little one started school, so my head's been a bit.
Yeah, his head's been. He's been all weird, Joe.
It's emotional, man.
I know, it's good. We'll talk about that later as a parent. Anyways, for myself, for Joe, thank you so much for tuning into Nomad Tech Project. See you next Sunday, 3 p.m., 9 p.m. We'll be here talking about stuff, things, tech, phones, maybe some black pudding. Who knows? It's all good. Again, Joe, love you, man. Take care, everyone.
Love you too, mate. Bye-bye.
See ya.